Welcome everybody. We are now 2 weeks out of the Daytona Masters Pro. Really excited about that. Prep's going really well, probably the best so far. So super excited today. I have Jodi Boam here with me at the gym. Jodi's been my posing coach for the last few weeks. And Jodi Boam, if you don't know already, is an Olympian, very accomplished athlete, both in fitness and in women's physique. She's been to the Olympian in both categories, so incredible athlete. I think what really stood out to me with Jodi was seeing her a few months back at the Toronto Pro, and she had a number of athletes in the show, and I could see Jodi on the sidelines, very invested in the success of her athletes and their performances. So that was exciting for me. So I'm thrilled to have a chance to be working with her, and so you're going to see a bit of what she's doing for me today.
Lots of posing, and some like 3 good stretches for the posing to make sure you can actually get into the position of the pose. So that's where we'll start, I guess. So yeah, I'd say the biggest thing people struggle with is actually the rotators, being able to get their arms back far enough in the back double bicep to show the front of their delts even in the back pose.
That's
and the
big
arch.
For me, yeah.
Yeah, so because you really do want to pull those wrists behind. So the first one, just a little rotator stretch. I do, just pulling this back, just lightly back this way. You don't need to go far back as I do because I have flexibility, but let's just start there. Good. And it's just enough. Yep. Perfect. So you feel the stretch and pause and relax. Feel the stretch. You can like flex. Good. Because as you rotate, I can see like the front of your delt, even from the back pose, which completes it. And then I can also see the bicep peak from the back, which is what I want. The more your wrists come back, the more I can see this part.
It's great because it gives you the feeling too of where you're supposed to be.
Yeah,
in that back double pose.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah, because a lot of times if it doesn't go back far enough, it's like you don't get the full bicep peak in the back pose or the front delt back there. So
especially because the judges are below you, right?
Exactly. For the same reason, arching the back is the next stretch I'd want to do. Get into this position, right? Mainly because when people try to flex their hamstrings, the best way you see it is when they're like down like this. That's why people always do those selfies like this, right? Hamstrings look so good. So the point, like if we can actually get you in that bikini position, kind of, sort of, not exactly, but from here but still stand tall enough to show the back, your hamstrings and glutes are gonna look pretty awesome, right? So in that pose and in the back double, the more you can pop and arch, the better. So I just do hands up, but the goal here is from the side is I try to get my armpits against the wall and popping the bum up. Yeah, that's it. So tilting the bum up, but pushing the armpits down. I'd say so, 100%. I mean, the bikini girls are really good at practicing their flexibility because they have to. Same with the fitness girls. But most of the time, like the bodybuilders, physique, all that stuff, they do look a little bit stiff on stage. So yeah, let's work on it.
But I do them more for obliques.
Okay, similar idea. So there's obviously you're not doing it wrong, but one thing I would change is not letting your hips move, because say in that side pose, you aren't allowed to let your hips move. It's square, right? So if I'm looking at you from the side, your hips need to stay square, and see how much your actual spine can twist. And at the same time, every time you twist, you want to vacuum your stomach, right? That's your pose. Twist without turning your hips, vacuum in the stomach at the same time, right? So come back to center, tight. Breathe out as you twist, because you know that's how you do it. Breathe out, suck it in, vacuum, back to center. Don't let the hips move. As you twist, breathe out, suck in the stomach, vacuum. Good, and this is a killer ab workout, trust me. Relax, breathe out, suck it in. Good. Back to center, breathe out, vacuum in, sorry. Your abs pumped?
Yeah.
Good, let's keep it nice, tight waist.
That's a good cue too with the vacuum while you're doing that.
As you twist out, breathe out. Yeah. Breathe out, suck it in at the same time, right?
Yeah, and it directly applies to those quarter turns. Like that's exactly
what we want.
Yeah. Okay.
Number one, holding the poses. Because most people can hit the pose so perfectly for about 3 seconds, and then they start to shake or vibrate, or like they lose the position. So the biggest thing is making sure you can hit the pose and you hold the pose until the judge has looked at you 10 times, not looked at you just once, is the biggest thing. So yeah, that's goal number one. Hold it, condition it.
It's conditioning. So in a lot of that, one of the cues that Jodi always gives me is to be conscious of your breathing. So if you're in any pose, especially the side poses though, if somebody can see your stomach moving because you're breathing heavily, it's not a good look. So, and like Jodi's saying, you start to sort of lose, your lats or your legs midway through if you're holding for a long time. So she's there to sort of keep me focused.
Yeah, those are the two biggest ones people lose. They'll lose their legs, their hips tire out, like their hip flexors tire out, so they lose the legs, hamstrings, or in the back double, they start to bend forwards. Just little things, they can't hold the position. So goal number one, let's hold it. We try to do at least 30 seconds where she's a statue for that long.
And we worked up to that. So it started like 15 seconds, and then so we've worked up to 30.
Yeah, it's funny, 10 seconds, 15 seconds doesn't sound like a long time, but in these poses, yeah, because even I've done it. I'm like going to take my progress photos and I take the picture and then I'm looking at my video. I'm like, I only held it for 4 seconds. And in my head, I thought it was 20, like for real. So I'm sure you've all been there.
I remember the vlog you did with Antoine after Vancouver, and he was sore from posing, right? Classic.
I like it. Do it. And relax. Beauty. Perfect. So that was a 20-second round, takes 4 minutes to complete. You were losing your back double bicep a little bit.
Okay.
It's
just
that's
in
the
the
one
upper?
pose you do. You see you start to fold this way.
Yeah, so that's the stretch we did is really good.
Yeah, definitely. Do you ever have like the video on stage? That always screws me up. That when there's a video and you can see yourself on the stage, I hate it because then I'm watching myself pose, but it's like doesn't look right, and it's like it throws me off. So tip. That happens at a lot of shows. If you see the video of yourself on the screen, don't watch it. Do not watch it. Do you look at the judges or behind them?
Usually, if I can make eye contact, I will.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's really bright though, depending if they have the lights like right in your face.
I don't look at them. Freaks me out. Yeah, or you know what it is, when I'm in, like say first call out, because always hope for first call out. Like say I'm in my pose, I'm watching the judges to see when they actually look at me. And I've seen sometimes they either like keep their eyes on me, or I watch them talk about people who they're gonna switch, and it helps motivate me, I think, a little bit, when I know they're looking at me. But I've got off stage before pissed. I'm like, they didn't even look at me. You know when athletes say that, the judge didn't even look at me. I've been in that situation, and it's not fun. I'm like, I swear to God, they didn't even glance at me. I was eyeing them up. But usually I'll get looked at.
So I hope you guys enjoyed a little bit of a glimpse into our posing sessions. As I mentioned at the beginning, Jodi's been a huge help to me. Posing's probably the one area for me, like the training comes more naturally, I'll say. The posing's always been something I've had to work really hard for.
For most people, yeah.
Yeah, and so having a coach who knows what to look for, who knows how to cue you properly, who knows how to make you work, and who's really invested in sort of making you show up as your best has been a godsend. So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. No, I think posing is beyond important, not even just for the presentation on stage, but even to improve your training. Like if you know how to flex the muscle properly, you're gonna know how to go train it properly. Like so I have some people that don't know how to flare their lats. There's a good chance you're probably not doing your lats or your lat pull downs properly or your rows properly because you don't know how to engage your lats flexing. So how are you training it? So I find even the posing itself is going to improve your training and your growth and everything like that. Just mind body awareness. So, oh yeah, I'm always helping. Yeah, I'm still taking on any clients, and I can be reached at jodiboam@gmail.com or just my Instagram, just my name, Jodi Boam. And yeah, I do all categories except bikini, to be honest. Except I don't have, well, I can do bikini, it's just not my forte.
It's been great having Jodi in person, obviously. She lives close by, so I've been able to meet with her one-on-one, face-to-face, which is fantastic. But we've also had the ability to do virtual sessions, so reach out to her even if you're not in the area, and she's been a huge help, even kind of FaceTime or online through the week, and we can kind of practice the same things you've seen here.